So, updates and a bit of work. Let me move my assorted glue drawer out of the way. My glue drawer has become out shoulder. Fuck you. Scroll drawer. So yesterday, off camera, I did this. This is the fence post top, and I have a plan for this fence post top, other than a lot of sanding. Where it was attached to the top of the post, it had a bunch of screws in it, but I'd put a flexible metal saw through it and cut the screws, which meant I wanted to flatten this, which meant it had to go onto my jointer. And with screws that are cut in it, I'm not going to run that through my jointer. I did, bad idea, but you shouldn't do that. So, with the use of a screwdriver, a chisel, and 3 different types of mole grips, I did not bend that. That's how it came out. I managed, and an electric drill. I basically butchered the bottom of it, and I managed to pull 4 screws out of it. Then I jointed it, and then I put it through, then I filled it with Le Two-Part PC Woody filler. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand this flat and give the top of it a little bit of love. It needs a little bit of light sanding. There's a reason why. I also cut a piece of wood which is 8 inches and 5/8, which needs to get sanded as well. This goes on top of this, basically, and then it goes on top of my post. Now, the reason for doing all the TLC upon this is going to get molded. I've ordered a bunch of silicone and I've ordered a bunch of resin from CL Art. I ordered that on the 22nd. It should have arrived. It shipped on the 23rd. It should have arrived on the 25th because it was 2-day shipping, and it's the 1st of May, and it hasn't turned up. It's gone missing. So I'm now waiting for that. But whilst I'm waiting for that, I can do the prep work upon this. Now, my plan: sand the bottom of this off, give this a good clean, get this flat, although this side that I've marked is flat, the other side's got a bit of a bend in it, but not too much. This is actually thicker than I need, but I have a plan. I'm going to round off the edges. I would put it through the jointer, but my jointer is only a 6-inch. I don't think I can actually joint something and then joint the other side. I'll have to do a test. Actually, with this side being flat, I could just I'll put it through the plane quick. I'll put it through the planer. So I'm going to put this through the planer quickly now and get it square. The plan for this is I'm just going to knock off these top edges a little bit, little tiny. On the bottom, once it's actually flat, I'm going to mark it and then I'm going to inset with some epoxy, some ball bearings with a slight round over on it. So what happens when the water comes down, it goes under, hits the ball bearing, and then it drops. So it stops the water from gathering. I was going to do a channel, but that I think is a little bit too much. So bear with me. I'm going to go do some planing really quick. Stay there. I would have filmed me planing, but realistically, I think you've seen someone plane wood before. Dink. Right, let's get a sander. Let's sand this flat. Whoopsie, that's some 80 on that shit. Oh. Bit of 80 grit. Get this fucking dealt with, yo. Another advantage of a Merca sander is they have really long hoses. Feels a bit damp still, but it's had 24 hours. That bit there needs a little bit more. If that is a little bit soft. They were quite deep fill, so that can sit and wait for a bit. We'll give that a bit more time to. We'll give that a bit more time to cure up. Which is a bit unfortunate. You can see the dark spots here. Like these ones there, it's still soft to the touch. Which is either. Well, it could be that someone didn't mix it properly, but I kind of eyeballed it. It should have been fine. Right. So this thing, which actually has got a bloody, it's got some bloody planer snipe in it. Better. So, we'll pick a top, we'll pick a bottom. So we'll go, this is top, whatever. So top just needs a little, does it need a round? Yeah, it probably needs a round, it'll come out. If it's got a little tiny angle on it, it'll come out of the mould just that little bit nicer. And the bottom needs a round, but before we do the bottom, before we touch the bottom holes, we're going to mark where we actually want to put the ball bearings. Now, realistically, thankfully, the woodpecker square thing has a little thing in it. So they want to go there, I think. Now what we're going to do, because I'm not daft, well, sorry, not that daft, is I'm going to put this on top of the fence post and make sure that I have clearance. Otherwise, this is a bloody stupid idea. Also, I have to make sure I've got some steel ball bearings, but as I make steam trains, I should have a bunch of steel ball bearings. Right, let's throw this on top of the post. Either end will do, Rodney. Either end. Right, all of it's right. Much important, pull it off. There. That will work, but then... Right. It will work. But what I don't like is where it's situated. It'll end up being a little bit close, and where the water's going to drop, it will drop upon my trim, which, as it's cost me a shit ton of money, I don't want that. So we'll erase these marks. And we'll get und precision instrument here. Where's that in mill? Mill one side. It's mill on that side, isn't it? That's fucking annoying. And we'll go. Let's mark it properly. None of that fucking around. We'll quarter inch it. And then we'll inset. Is that going to be too close? No, that'll be fine. And then we will inset the ball just on the smidgen, yeah? So they'll go on the inside of these marks. Which means because I am putting like the world's smallest chamfer on this. Now, if I'm correct, I do have a bit of a gap, so I can put und tiny chamfer on top. Yeah. Where's me rat?
Get to the chopper.
I didn't put music on. That's unusual. Dump you out. Kill you. It's amazing how much dust gets up in these bitches. Almost to the point where sometimes you want to get a bloody blowgun. Which is here, we've got pressure. Right. Don't have that much pressure. Are you on? No. Were you on? No, you weren't. You were not on. Oh, hang on. No, you're plugged in. Why are you not kicking? You should be kicking off like a motherfucker. You are closed. You are plugged in. I'll close that tongue up. I think my compressor may have shit the bed. Or it wasn't plugged in properly. Hang on. Better. Stronger, thumpier. Watch out, that's pretty clean. I need that bit again. Right. Let us find the world's smallest round over bit, which is this tiny little Bosch edge forming quarter shank 3/4 by 3/8 bit. As per usual, I will test upon a piece of wood before I do this. I don't want to do this repeatedly, which is generally what I do. Dink, 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 dink. Your cutting edges there. Right, where's a piece of wood? That is the world's fucking smallest profile. Now, probably a smart thing to do. No, I can eyeball that. Right. Let's knock this off quick. A little bit of sawdust. I will rat off these. I will rat off the corners as well, just to. Fuck it, do it now. Do not want sawdust in my beer. Anybody who's watched this, let's call it a channel, for a period of time, will realise I'm getting much handier with a router. Then because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, don't tell anyone, especially not my boss. Now, the reason for routing all of this, I might actually seal it as well, I'm not sure. This is really good wood, you see that grain? It's a bloody shame I'm using this for making a pattern, but whatever. Now, put these clothes on fresh like this morning, now I'm covered in shit again. The next job is, so top does this, bump, right? We centre that up, looks lovely. We'll screw it in from the bottom once this is flat and sanded and cleaned up a little bit more. It's like it just needs a little bit more, a little bit of TLC. This has been out in the weather for donkey's years, and I want to get the cleanest pattern I can. I don't mind a bit of wear and tear, but I want it to be clean. And then what I'm going to do is I'll measure the hole at the top of my post, and I'll put a block of wood on the bottom, and this is twofold. One, it allows me to just sit this on top of my post. It will be not like a 1/4 inch piece, it'll be a 2-inch piece with chamfers on it, so it goes bump, done, mastic, not worried about it. But it also allows, when this is moulded, because this gets moulded this way up, it gives me a point where I'm pouring the resin. If I've got a little step, it shows me where I've actually filled the mould correctly and to the correct height. Yeah, you know, smart, basically, smart. Checking my phone. But what I need for that is a block of wood, which I don't, well, I do have. It's a wood shop. There's blocks of wood everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on with giving this a little bit of, it doesn't need much, it just needs a little bit of a clean up on this paint. Oh, that's going to be an annoying noise. Yep, that's definitely going to be annoying. Right, I'll do this off camera because it will annoy you. So I'm going to give this a bit of a quick once over, let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll get to putting the bottom on, back on, getting this. I'm probably not going to, I'm going to screw this, not glue it. But what I'm going to do, and I'll have to be quick, is I'll probably hot glue it just to give me a seal, because I don't want the silicone running underneath this. I want a real nice, flat, smooth seal. I could glue it, but if I need to take it apart, it would be a pain in the ass. Yeah, this definitely needs a bit. This is going to need some filling as well. So I'm going to get to that, sanding there. So that's the plan, is this goes on top of this, piece of wood underneath, and then we get to silicone moulding. So thanks for watching. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet just to give you quick updates. Here we go. See you next time. Like and subscribe. Or subscribe and like. Whichever way you want to do it, just do it. Cheers.